Do you have a dream car? Mine is the Lucid Air. Are you intrigued by electric vehicles? The Lucid Air EV has been called the best driving car in the world. And the Lucid Air Sapphire is certifiably the fastest production car in the world. Listen to Lucid Driver Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts or at luciddriver.buzzsprout.com.
Welcome to the Joy of Cruising podcast with your host, award-winning author Paul C. Thornton, a weekly conversation with the amazing cruisers featured in the Joy of Cruising books, comprised of The Joy of Cruising, Cruising Interrupted, new release, The Joy of Cruising Again, as well as other fun, informative global cruise personalities. It's the next best thing to cruising, hearing about cruising from the unique and diverse perspectives of Paul's amazing guests. If you hear about a cruise that interests you, book it at www.thejoyofacation.com or enter to win a free cruise for two. Again, www.thejoyofacation.com. We really appreciate your feedback, so leave us a text. Paul can't reply, but he may read your text on the air.
Hello, passionate cruisers. This is Paul. And this week on the Joy of Cruising podcast, I am delighted to welcome Wayne and Charlotte Carter, the first guests I have hosted who can share with listeners all about Norwegian Cruise Line's new flagship, NCL Luna. They had a wonderful itinerary recently on Luna, Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and Great Stirrup Cay, Bahamas, NCL's private island. I've had guests on to talk about the previous ships in NCL's boutique hotel-inspired Prima class, Prima, Viva, and Aqua, and even had house performers from Viva on the podcast, David and Stephanie, a new contract performing on the world's greatest new ship, NCL Viva, episode 42. Luna is a brand new entrant to mainstream cruise ships, and I didn't have to go far to find passionate cruisers who could introduce Luna to the cruising community. They were right in my own backyard. You see, Wayne and Charlotte are neighbors in the community south of Richmond we moved into in November. Some of you may recall me referencing our relocation. We knew them long before the move, as we'll mention. It's always good to welcome Joy of Cruising podcast guests we know personally. Listeners, let's get to know Wayne and Charlotte and hear about NCL Luna. Welcome, Wayne and Charlotte, to the Joy of Cruising podcast.
Thanks for having us, bro.
Thank you.
So, how y'all both doing?
I think we're doing pretty good today.
Well, we visited a few RV parks today, so we're doing okay. Weather's not so great, but things are well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk a bit about RV parks. But before we talk about that or about your cruising background, tell our listeners some basics about yourself, where you're from, where you live, family, anything you would like to share.
Well, Charlotte and I are both from Virginia. We live south of Richmond. We're both retired, so we're bums. And we've been married for 29 years. 29 long years.
Okay. I have to agree. It's
Anything to add, Charlotte?
yeah, we've been married a long time, and this is gonna be a whole new adventure for us. Cruising has been great, but we got some new things on the horizon.
I know all about it. So I know, and you mentioned it, like Cheryl and me, you both are fairly recently retired. You a couple of years ago, Charlotte, and you, Wayne, kind of just retired. So how are you all finding retired life?
Well, I love it. Finally, we're able to do more traveling. And my honeydew list is starting to get completed. Wayne is starting to do some of the stuff that's been on the list for a long time. So that works very well for me.
Well, I just retired in January, so I'm still getting used to this honeydew list. and not having the free time that I thought I was gonna have. So I guess in a nutshell, I'm adjusting to retirement, but I'm loving the fact that I don't have to get up at 5 and 6 in the morning anymore. So it's wearing on me a little bit now. I'm beginning to really like it.
Speaking of Wayne's honeydew list, Wayne also has a brother-in-law do list. So
That's true.
Wayne happens. We don't just live in the same neighborhood. Wayne happens to be my brother-in-law, and Charlotte is Cheryl's sister. And
Right.
so in addition to his honeydew list, Wayne has practically rebuilt my house. I mean, he has. I could show, if this was a video podcast, I could show you some things he has done for me in my house, and he would immediately make some money because listeners would contact him. Well, I should say listeners in Virginia will contact him and say, "Can you do that for me?" So, Charlotte's lucky. Charlotte's lucky that her honeydew list is being concentrated on now because Wayne is good. Let me tell you, Wayne is good at those kinds of things.
And my honeydew list is full. Okay, it's full.
Well, I only have a few small things that I'm looking for you to do in addition to what you've already done. So I'll wait my turn.
You're gonna have to clear that with the wife first.
So now I know that you both like cruising, but you just settled on a new passion, which will become the centerpiece of your retirement. Now, I hope that doesn't mean no more cruising because, number one, we have not cruised together yet.
That's true.
And I see a cruise in our future, particularly, I see a theme cruise, maybe the smooth jazz cruise or the
I love
soul
that.
train cruise or
Okay.
I
gospel
like the sound of that.
cruise, some kind of music. But anyway, that's
Yeah.
But anyway, I said that you settled on a new passion.
Right.
So tell us all about it.
Well, several weeks ago, we purchased a new to us Class A Tiffin RV. We have been talking about this for several years now, and we finally pulled the trigger. So we're looking forward to some more travel. We're both excited about this new chapter in our lives. So, baby, what do you have to say?
As he said, we're both excited. I consider myself a glamper, not a camper. So this should be a little bit upscale camping for me, which is good.
Let me interrupt, Charlotte. I've heard that. I've heard that term, glamping.
Okay.
You are the first person I've heard use that in a sentence. What does that mean?
That means there will be no sleeping on the ground.
No tent camping.
No tent camping. That I like a little more upscale. In other words, got to have running water at all times, electric, all the necessities of home. It's got to be a nice place to stay. I don't want to be in the woods with a lot of trees.
Bug free.
And that's more my style.
You see what I have to deal with?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just I'm just.
No, I like that. I like the notion of glamping. I do not like the notion of camping. I camp one.
I'm with you.
I camped
I'm with you.
one time, and it was a disaster, and that's because
See?
I didn't have a choice in the matter. I was in basic training in the military.
In the military,
and we slept outside, and I almost got thrown out of the military because I made the mistake of leaving my weapon outside my tent.
Oh.
And in the morning, the drill sergeant called. He had my weapon. So that was the last time I camped, and that was many years ago. But glamping sounds like something I could get into.
You're in a nice space. You've seen our camper. It's very spacious. It's clean. like you said, running water, 2 bathrooms, 6 people can sleep in it. That's more my style. Yeah. And then we're planning on doing snowbird when it comes a little winter here in Virginia, which means we're going to go somewhere where it's warm, stay 2 or 3 months till the weather breaks and can come back to Virginia. That's the plan.
We both agreed that we was tired of the snow and ice and the
Yes.
storms, and so we're going to try to sneak out this year for the winter. We'll see how it goes. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll come back to RV when we talk about future cruising and travel plans.
Okay.
But let's get back to
Okay.
cruising. So I like to ask each of my guests to talk about their very first cruise because I have so many listeners. I suspect I have so many listeners who want to go on a cruise but haven't yet. And so I try to give them a sense of what they might expect. So talk about each of your introductions to cruising. I don't know if it was on the same ship or not.
It was not.
When? Okay. So when, what ship, and initial impression?
But why don't you start
Okay.
first? You go ahead.
Well, my first cruise was a girlfriend's cruise. It was like 6 of us who all went on a cruise together. It's about 1995. That's how long ago it was. Before Wayne and I were married. And it was on a Carnival cruise line. I don't remember the ship. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. But what I do remember is they upgraded us so that we would have more space. And I appreciated that at the time. Because I think we had, I don't know, what the little ocean room with the little window that you could see out of. But they upgraded us to a bigger room so that we could all be together. I guess the ship wasn't full. That was my first experience, somewhere around 1995. And it was six girls together.
Did you like it?
I did, probably because the girlfriends were there. I don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember the girlfriends were there. And it was a new experience for me. So, we were all just kind of hanging out, doing our thing, I remember going to shows and thought, oh, this is nice. Everything was included. I did like that part of it. Yeah. I hadn't been to all-inclusive like that before.
How long before you cruised again?
Wayne and I's first cruise,
2014.
So what, 10?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years later.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Wayne? Talk about your first cruise.
Well, there's a small story behind my first cruise. I've got a sister that I love dearly. They live in Tennessee, and her husband, they cruise all the time. And back in 2013, they were trying to get us to cruise with them. And my sister, I told her, I said, there's a phrase, I can't drink all that water. So there's no way you're going to get me out on those ships. So I told her that, I'm going to pass on that. And she just went, you're such a chicken. Brock, you're a chicken. You don't want to go. You scared. And about a few days went by, and I was thinking about that thing because my wife had said that she had gone on a cruise, had a great time with her girlfriends. And I'm like, millions of people cruise every year. It can't be that bad, So I was like, okay. I called my sister. I said, look.
So you looked at it from a logic standpoint.
And I asked the wife, she's like, I said, babe, what do you think? She said, well, I told you I had a good time. I've been on cruise before. I told you it's okay. So I called my sister. I said, all right, sis, we going. She said, what? And she got excited. I said, listen, you better protect me on this cruise. Listen, I was already nervous, Paul. I was already nervous. But we went on the cruise.
Was any of your anxiety related to getting seasick when you're that?
Definitely that.
Okay.
Definitely that.
Okay.
That, and I guess a month before that, I had watched the Titanic. So that didn't help. That didn't help either. So, but I'll let Charlotte go from there.
Well, he bought.
So that was that first cruise for Wayne was y'all's first cruise
together. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife was giving me a hard time too. Charlotte was giving me a hard time. Go ahead.
Come on.
Now, do you remember the ship?
Yes, we were on the Norwegian Getaway.
Okay.
Norwegian Getaway.
I think that's why we got hooked on Norwegian. But Paul, he had bought Dramamine. He bought the thing to put the twine behind his ears. He bought the nausea sickness back. He had a suitcase.
I had the wristband
The
thing.
wristband. He had bought all the stuff. Didn't use any of it.
Listen, I cleaned CVS out. I mean, I got everything that possibly. I got it all, Paul. I got it all. I was serious, okay? And I was not gonna look bad in front of my sister on that cruise ship, okay? But I got it all.
And years after we booked the cruise, every year, sometimes twice a year after that first cruise, he was like, "Oh, this is wonderful."
Paul, I had an absolute awesome time. It was amazing, my first cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So you were one of those, to correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like you were one of those who got hooked immediately.
I did. Mm-hmm. I did. Mm-hmm. Everything that I had anticipated was not there. I mean, everything was absolutely awesome. When we pulled up at the port, I looked at that big, huge ship and I said, "Oh my God, this floats." I told my wife, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. But we got on the cruise. What's amazing to me about a cruise is that you don't even know you're on a ship out in the middle of the ocean. Once you are
most of the time,
you don't know. If you can't see the water out of, but most of the time we're through the shops and all on the different floors of the ship, but you don't even know that you're on a cruise ship. It's so
there's such a smooth.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome. That whole cruise, I walked through that ship with my mouth wide open because I was just in awe. Going through the ship, all of the different, it was really just amazing. They had a water park on the ship the kids was having, and folk were just like, it was really amazing. It was really amazing. It blew me away for the first time. It blew me away.
Is Getaway one of those? I've been on Norwegian several times, but I haven't been on Getaway. Is Getaway one of those with the go-karts?
Yeah, it's in that line. It's in that line of ships. Yeah, the Getaway is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was huge. It, like I said, it had this huge water park on it. Everything. I was just blown away. Everything. I was totally blown away. I booked the next cruise while we were still on the cruise, Paul.
On the ship.
That's how impressed I was.
So your next cruise was Norwegian.
Yeah.
My next cruise was Norwegian.
Was it Getaway again or a different?
No, I think I don't know. Listen, we cruised on the Getaway 2 more times after that time.
Yes.
Okay.
And 3 times on the Getaway. Yeah.
We did the Getaway 3 times.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, what's your favorite cruise line? I'm getting the sense it's Norwegian.
It is Norwegian.
It is. We've done 10 cruises with Norwegian, and we did 1 with Princess. And the Princess cruise was okay. It was pretty good. It was a bit bougie to me. I like Norwegian has this what they call freestyle cruise.
Yeah.
I mean, you can wear your shorts. You don't have to be dressy, sit with the captain and all that stuff, unless you want it to. And it is very, very. It's pretty much
family oriented.
It's family oriented. It's perfect. The Princess cruise, people were dressed up, tuxedos, suits, going to dinner, and that's fine if that's what you like. But we're more relaxed. We're more relaxed couple. That's us.
We'll be right back.
The Joy Vacation by Dream Vacations invites you to join us on a bucket list adventure to Africa. We're going to Kenya and Egypt for 14 days, April 10th through April 24th, 2027. A week in Kenya, including safaris, and a week in Egypt, including the pyramids and a 4-day Nile River cruise. This adventure includes air from the U.S., all transfers, all accommodations, private tours, and many meals. 5 to 5 $5,500, depending on air, per person. Double occupancy. Only $250 per person deposit due at booking. The remainder is not due until late 2026. For a detailed itinerary, online brochure, and to book, email me at pthornton, Thornton, pthornton @dreamvacations.com. What has been the highlights of cruising for you over the years, except Luna, because we're going to talk specifically about Luna.
Okay. For me,
So just in general, what's been the highlights of cruising?
I like the shows. Going to a show every night, seeing things I probably wouldn't have seen. I like the game shows. I like the shopping. Looking around, seeing that kind of thing. So, and I like relaxing. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
My wife, she loves those musicals. She will sit through those musicals several times. We'll see it one night and it'll show the next night. She said, "Well, I'm going again."
Yeah.
She absolutely. She loves those musicals. I like this.
Well, her sister also, but sometimes I don't go.
Right, I'm with you.
Oh, him either. Sometimes he's like, "You can go here. I'll go there. We meet in the middle." Yeah, we do that.
I love it that you can. Well, I've always been able to find a spot on the ship where I can sit and read a book or put my feet up. There's not a lot of traffic, and it's comfortable and relaxing. And I love that. I love that. I don't feel, there's not a schedule where you've got to always go do something or something like that. I just love the freeness.
Yeah.
I just love it. And I like it. I like being out on the water like that. So it works for me. Our diamond trip, I call it our diamond trip because we really had a great time. We had 3 other couples with us when we did the Bermuda trip. The ship went over, parked in Bermuda for 3 days. We had a ball. We had an absolute ball.
Yeah.
You called it a diamond. What?
Diamond trip. That just means that's at the top of our list. Our Bermuda trip that we did.
Oh, okay.
We just call that's the diamond trip. We had a great time. The couples that were with us, we all had a good time. It was really outstanding.
Mhm.
It was outstanding.
Well, and for 3 days we were in Bermuda. So when I saw something on the first day I liked, I could go back and get it. Go back to the store. And so that's always a plus for me. It's like, because they always, this is the last time you're going to see this. You won't see this at the next port. So I was liking that I had 3 days to decide whether I wanted to buy it or not. So
Didn't feel rushed. It was
Yeah.
really great. It was really good.
So usually when a new ship comes out, well, ideally when a new ship comes out, we
Mhm.
like to be on it.
Mhm.
But we can't be on all the new ships.
Right,
That's
But
right.
I know a whole lot of people who cruise regularly and don't miss any of the new ships.
That's true.
You're my first guest who can talk about NCL
Mhm.
Luna. Not a whole lot of people know about Luna because it's so new. It's a popular class, Prima.
Mhm.
I guess it's the Prima,
Right.
the Aqua, and
Mhm.
the Viva.
The private class.
In fact, I was booked on.
Mhm.
I think it was the
Mhm.
I think it was the Viva. I was booked on the Viva. It was a great cruise. It was to the fjords from Southampton in England,
Mhm.
and it was going to be a dream cruise. I had read so many
Oh,
things about
okay.
Viva. I like that concept, that boutique hotel concept. But believe it or not, the airfare
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go to Europe and back was higher than the cruise, and it just wasn't the
In the cruise.
right time for us. So
Wow.
Wow.
we canceled. So I still have
Didn't make
not gone
sense.
on
Yeah.
that class.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get it.
so
Yeah.
tell the listeners all about Luna,
Mm.
Okay.
and it'll be another attraction to go on the Prima class for me because I've been close but haven't done it yet.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I thought it was an absolutely beautiful ship.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge.
Mm-hmm.
The decor that they used on this one stands out. I mean, you see things, you'll go, "Oh, that's nice." It's very eye catching.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they had a lot of room. We cruised the Prima
Oh,
too,
you've been on the Prima
and
class. Okay.
yeah,
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 we
we've
have.
been on the Prima class, and I felt like the Prima. I used this word. I I feel like the Prima was cut up, and what I mean was it had like a lot of different rooms, areas, and it was kind of hard to follow through the ship. But the Luna wasn't like that. The Luna was very kind of straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have problems trying to locate different things that you had never been to before. The whole layout to me was just awesome. It was just really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So they sounds then like they fixed some things because I had
Mm-hmm.
heard when I was researching the Prima class,
Mm-hmm.
I had heard regular NCL cruisers weren't all that happy
Right.
because they had changed things around. And they were, as to use Wayne's word, chop things up a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I heard that complaint with Prima, with Viva. I haven't heard much about Aqua, but it sounds like NCL listened because they
Yeah.
fixed that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Much
Okay.
easier. Yeah. To maneuver. You're not going through 3 restaurants to get to one. They kind of got them all kind of nicely laid out for you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, was it the same as Prima?
Um, I I don't want to say it was the
Exactly.
same.
Yeah.
I got a really better feel on the Luna.
Yeah.
Um, Everything just flowed
Mhm.
so well. It really did. And the staff, I don't know, they must have stepped those guys up because the staff was superb too.
Yeah.
They did a great job, especially our room steward. We got ourselves to one of the back of the rooms like we always do, plenty of room. The decor in the room was really nice. When we walked in, it was like, oh, it was really nice. And we had a top 10 experience. It was really, really nice. The Luna was really nice. And we are planning to get it again. We are planning to hit it again.
The observation deck, I think we like
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
because it was all the way on one side of the ship. You could just sit down, lay down, whatever you wanted to do, and just watch the water all day. And they had food up there. So if you didn't want to go down to a restaurant, there was plenty of food. It was a quiet place. Usually no kids were up there.
Right.
But it was just so nice to sit up there.
And very popular. The
Yeah.
observation that it was very popular because it was like the hit of the ship. It was really, really nice. Very, really nice.
Mhm. Mhm.
Of course, I want to hear all about the food. So, so give me the highlights.
You want
Well, there were about 15 or 16 restaurants there on the ship, which is 15 or 16. Out of that, I think 8 were complimentary, and the other ones we are. What are we? Are we Sapphire?
We're platinum.
We're platinum members, so we got 3 specialty dining in some of the other restaurants. So we went to some wonderful places of food, from the hibachi place. I know that's not the name of the restaurant.
The place is called Hasuki, and it's like kabutos where you sit down
And they cook
and they cook the food in front of you. Now, the twist with this place is the chefs are singing to you.
all the time.
You join in on the song while they are preparing their meal, and they're singing with you. Now, in that restaurant, there's probably about 7
Or 8.
or 8
Yeah.
of the other
Chefs.
cooks doing the same thing. So everybody is singing while this guy is cooking your food and he's entertaining. You've got like 4 couples. We had 4 couples
At
at
our
our place.
table. Mhm.
And he's taking, do you want yours medium rare or whatever. And he's singing and you're singing with him. It was really, really different. Let me say that. It was different. Everybody was having a good time.
But he got the orders right.
And he got the orders right. But my point was, look, can you fix my food and stop singing? you know. But again, you had 7 other chefs there with 8 people at their table. they were cooking and singing too. So the whole thing it was different.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was really great. It was really great.
There's one downfall, Paul, that I saw about that is the restaurants, the specialty restaurants, you had to have a reservation. And of course, you made them on the TV or on your app, on your phone. And the restaurants would fill up so quickly.
Yeah.
And on the first day, we sit down with Wayne's sister and we said, what do we want to go? Every restaurant was full.
Yeah, right.
So we had to wait until somebody canceled before we could slide in. And I felt like, I guess we should have done it at home because you can get on the app at home. Right. But we didn't think about that because we hadn't gotten with them and see what they want to do. So that was the downfall for me because we didn't get into a couple of restaurants that we really wanted to.
It was kind of annoying too that we had to do it that way. But on the flip side, once we got there, they accepted our invitation. It was great. It turned out very well. We was glad that, they had taken it. So it worked out pretty good. And that's what I'm saying. What you thought might have been a mess, it turned out to be great. I couldn't find anything to say bad about the cruise. Everything, it was just really great. It really turned out well. I left that cruise thinking, wow, this was the bomb. It was really good. Worked every penny.
Yeah.
Sold out? Was it full?
Yes.
It was full. Which
full.
Meant the elevators were usually full.
Right.
And that, I don't know if y'all have experienced that on cruises, but the elevators are full and I've got to wait till it thins out before I get on that elevator. I can't get on there packed with 20 people tight.
That doesn't work for her. No,
that doesn't work for me. So that's annoying.
We went on one cruise line, and in fact, I was getting ready to ask you about, any special technology on NCL, because this one cruise line, they had this elevator system that was amazing. You didn't have a situation where it was ever full, and you didn't have a situation where you got to worry about, especially kids, hitting every floor.
Hitting all the buttons, yeah.
This was some kind of computerized, synchronized elevator bank, and the only people, if you're on deck 6, for instance, the only people who are going to get on that elevator with you are people who are on deck 6. It was
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And this
That's interesting.
And this particular cruise line had some other technology that really was cutting it. It was the cruise line was actually Princess, but it was their their newest ship. It was called the Star Princess.
Okay.
It was our it was our first time on Princess. And the first time on Princess was on their newest ship, and they just had some amazing technology, and you got me thinking about it when you were talking about the elevators. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. One of the other restaurants we ate at was the Palomar. That was a Mediterranean restaurant, and that was good eating too.
Mm-hmm.
That was good eating, and we ate at Los Lobos. That's a Mexican restaurant, and all three of those were specialty dining, and they were great. They were really great.
And then they had their good had some good complimentary spots as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I forget what the name of it was.
We had the Hudson Commodore Room, and there was the local bar. It was great. Indulge, yes, and that was Indulge.
Yeah.
The restaurant scene is really nice. It's really, really nice. I mean, pretty much whatever you want, whatever you have a taste for, they've got it there. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome.
Now, you guys had a great itinerary. Say something about that.
Well, we hit. All right, give me a second.
Bahamas, Stirrup Cay.
We hit Stirrup Cay. Yes, they're private island. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. The Stirrup Cay.
Dominican Republic.
The Dominican Republic.
And Tolini, something like that.
Dominican Republic.
If you hadn't asked me, Paul, I could have told you.
That was Puerto Plata. Was Dominican Republic.
Puerto Plata.
Yes.
Right. Dominican Republic.
Tortola.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
And what was the St. Thomas Virgin Islands?
Yeah, we stopped in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
pretty
and they were good. Now at their own island, this Great Stirrup Cay, we went on the island, but and you know you could sit, go to different shops, whatever. But they had a restaurant for us, so you didn't have to go back to the ship to eat. They had a restaurant just for us, and that was nice because I kept thinking, oh, when it's time to eat, we gotta go to one of these other little places. But no, they had a restaurant just for those people on the ship. Yeah.
Right. We didn't have to pay either. They was feeding you from the
From-
buffet out on the
from
staircase
the ship.
Right. Yeah.
with
So it
the
wasn't
ship car,
being
with the ship
fees.
car. I
Yeah.
thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
I'd never
last-
seen them do that before.
Last time I stopped, not that long ago at Stirrup Cay, they were actually doing
Mhm.
some renovation.
Lectures. So they had it there. Everything was open. It was very nice. It was a nice weather day. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
do any excursions?
We didn't do any excursion this time.
This time we
but
didn't.
we got off on all the ports and looked around.
Did a little shopping.
Yeah, did a little shopping and all that,
Mhm.
but we didn't do any excursions on this
Mhm.
one.
Okay.
We wanted to see what the ship was going to be like first.
It was the
Yeah.
ship was our itinerary.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the future. Do you have any cruises booked?
Yes, we do. Coming in August.
We've got a Hawaii trip in August coming up.
Mhm.
We're going to be on the Norwegian Pearl, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think we're going to be on the Pearl. We're going to do the 7
Triangle
days
of
in
America.
Hawaii
Okay.
where we hit 5 islands.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited about that.
Mhm.
We're doing that in August.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I've been on the Pearl.
Oh yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So how was that?
I every cruise I've been on with Norwegian I've enjoyed.
Okay.
You know, Pearl was nice. I actually went on the Pearl to see one of those, as I mentioned, cruising with you all. See one of those theme cruises. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to
Mhm.
see. I went to see. We went to see the Maxwell cruise. It was an R&B
Okay.
Okay.
R&B
Mhm.
cruise
Okay.
on Valentine's Day. Not
Oh,
last year, but the year before.
before. Okay.
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 That's good. This will be our first Hawaiian cruise.
Mhm.
We've heard a lot. We're looking forward to that. We're really
We'll
looking
hit all the islands.
forward.
Yeah.
It'll be 5 islands we're going to go through. So I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you will
Mhm.
love it. You will love it. I did a show, I guess about a year ago, our top 10 favorite cruises of all
Uh-huh.
time. And we went to Hawaii once,
Okay.
and that was number
Okay.
2.
Okay. What was
So,
number one?
number 1 was our only river cruise.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was South France, and then 3 days in
Okay.
Paris.
Wow.
So
That was nice.
Don't get me in trouble, Paul. Don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, let me stop.
Look, we got an RV now. Not going to Paris.
So you got Hawaii coming up. Anything else?
No. After we get back, we're gonna probably take a little break, and then we're gonna get on this RV and see if we can visit some places. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to going to Key West. Been always wanted to go there and heard a lot of things. So we're headed to Key West after we get back and get settled down from Hawaii. Now I'm hoping Hawaii has some decent weather because they've been flooding over there a lot here lately. So hey, I hope that's all over by the time we get there in August.
So you're gonna drive the RV to Florida to Key
Mhm.
West. Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I've been to Key West and
Yeah.
I loved it. Now, at one time you were talking about driving the RV to California and then cruising
To Hawaii.
Hawaii.
to Hawaii.
Right.
Is that
That's-
still in the plans or no?
That's still an option. We're kind of tossing it around right now.
Yeah.
So, well, I mean, with the way gas is, and we haven't decided yet, but we'll be deciding something in a week here or so. We haven't decided, but it's still on the table. Still on the table.
Mhm.
What's remaining on your cruising and travel bucket list? And pretty soon
Mhm.
you're going to have to develop an RV bucket list. You might have one already, but what's on your
Yeah.
your global travel bucket list if you have one?
Well, well, well. Right now, Hawaii and Key West. Right
Mhm.
now.
So you're gonna take
So what do you got?
That's what I
so
got.
you're gonna tick
Snowbirding.
those off.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
check those
Check
off,
those off.
and we're gonna do the snowbirding.
Mhm.
So we'll probably be out snowbirding for 3 months,
3 to 4 months.
three to
Yeah.
4 months. We're gonna see how that goes. So, and I'm looking forward to that because that's gonna be a lot of downtime too, and we love downtime together.
Hmm. Hmm.
And what better place to be doing downtime than Key West? You know,
Yeah.
so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we let you go, we like to ask our
Hmm.
guests some light or fun cruise questions. So, first
Hmm.
question is, how do you spend your me time?
Me time. Me time. Most of the time, we will sit together watching a show,
Hmm.
um,
Relaxing, reading.
relaxing,
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Hmm.
That's how we
Yeah.
enjoy our me time.
Lately, it's been grandkids though. They seem to come up pretty quickly, doing stuff with the grandkids, entertaining them. You know. Yeah. That's usually what's going on.
Wayne's being modest.
Hmm.
He's real good. Besides being good with his hands at building stuff, he's real good at shooting pool. I'm learning. So
Okay.
Not as good as I
yeah,
was back
yeah.
in the
But the
day,
thing
Paul,
is,
but
I don't think you telling me the real deal about back in the day.
You think he's really a hustler, huh? A pool hustler.
Okay.
Mm.
Where
Uh-huh.
are you most gratified for having visited in your life?
Hmm.
I've got to go with Bermuda. I was impressed with those people. They didn't have any cars. All they had was scooters. The police were limited. It seemed like crime was on not even available. Crime people were just doing what they needed to do, and they seemed all happy. I was really impressed with that. Those people. We were there 3 days, which may not have been enough time, but from what I got, I thought it was a great place. What about you, babe?
Hmm. Hmm. Every cruise that I've been on, I have been just really grateful to have a chance to just be there.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just really been awesome. We've managed to be able to travel for several years, and some people never get a chance
To do that.
to do that.
Yeah.
So every cruise, I'm
Yeah.
just really grateful that I got a chance to be able
Yeah. Yeah.
to see it or to be there.
Yeah. And honestly, we went to Aruba, and that was my first time realizing how different people live over there versus the United States.
Aruba was great.
Aruba really opened my eyes. I was like, wow,
Aruba was great.
they just
Aruba was
live so minimalist where we have to have so much. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's your
Mhm.
favorite cruise drink and favorite cruise food?
Hmm.
Food.
Well, we're not big drinkers. I like a cold beer, watching an entertaining show or something like that,
Mhm.
but we're not real big drinkers at all. Good.
And look, Wayne is the foodie in this relationship. As long as Wayne has something called, I'm happy with a salad. So, but I've tried some different things that I probably wouldn't have eaten before. So
Give us an example.
uh,
Because I'm like you. I've tried. That's one thing. A side benefit of cruising
yeah, yeah,
is you get to try things
yeah,
that you wouldn't normally eat, and in
yeah.
some cases, I can name in particular, some cases you develop an
A
appreciation or
taste.
an ongoing, taste for
Mm-hmm.
something.
Right.
Name,
Right.
name,
Taste for it.
name something you've tried.
Well, we went to the Mediterranean restaurant, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not even sure what I ordered, but it was like a ramen noodle, and they had different things on top. I was like, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this isn't gonna be something I want to eat. It was delicious. It was delicious. We went back for more.
And I try all the desserts. Okay. I'll just every dessert up there, I'll get one and bring it to the table. We will try all of the desserts, even if it's just a little bite.
Yeah.
And I'll go down where the buffet is, and I'll look and see something that I haven't had before, and I'll give it a try. You know, I like to experiment a little bit myself.
This chef was making homemade crepes, and I guess it's not homemade, shipmade crepes from scratch. And I've just watched the process, and I'm like, wow, I can do that when I get home. So yeah, I just like to try something different. Try something different.
Is there anything that you eat only on a cruise ship?
Wayne's always gonna try the wings. I don't care where we go, we're gonna get some wings.
But he gonna do that
No matter
anyway.
where we are,
I
we
love
can get
my
some
wings.
wings. Yeah.
I'm saying, is there something that you eat only on cruise ships, but not on land?
That's a good question.
I don't think I have anything like that. I like to try, like the steaks. I'm a steak guy. I love a good steak, and everybody makes their steaks a little differently. Like the Cagneys on Norwegian, they have a great steak.
That's 32 ounces or something.
It's the steak
Huge.
is mouth watering, but you can't always get in there. You know, like on this last cruise, we couldn't get in. It was just booked tight every day. We couldn't get in. But I like to try a good steak. I like to get a good steak.
Well, for me, it's escargot.
Ooh, I've never tried that. You like it?
I love escargot, but you know, y'all been to restaurants with me. You never will see me. Not that I've been to restaurants that serve escargot.
We haven't been to that restaurant with you.
If I did, I wouldn't be ordering escargot, but I'll eat it on the ship.
It's all included.
And depending on the cruise line, when I'm on Celebrity, I eat it every day.
Wow.
Because they serve it on their every day that I eat in the main dining room, because they serve it on the main dining room.
Try that.
I'll have to try that, Paul. Escargot. Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's not very appetizing when you hear what it is, but when you taste it, I mean, if you love butter and garlic and stuff dipped in bread, oh my goodness. So,
okay.
Sounds delicious.
Okay.
For each of you, and this might be the same for you both, or maybe different for each of you, what's your most wonderful or memorable or funniest or even most embarrassing cruise or port experience? So it doesn't have to be all of those.
For me, okay.
What single moment remains in your head?
I think for me, when we went to Bermuda, our port was in New York. And that cruise port, there was a young lady there that had to have been the rudest person you have ever seen in your life. I don't know if it was because the cruise port was so crowded, how many people was there, but the lady was yelling at everybody. She was like, move over, you can't be there. Get your IDs out. You need to have, and I was looking at her, I was thinking, why are you talking to people like this? And folk was just looking and going in amazed. They were like, what is wrong with her? And none of her, the supervisor over there didn't say anything. And another lady looked at me and she said, you're not from here. And she said, no, this is New York. This is how people talk around here. And I said,
be careful now. Be careful now.
But I thought she was very rude, and I was a bit embarrassed. It's like, wow.
No, Southern hospitality.
You know, everything usually works like clockwork in these cruise ports. They know their job; they're really good at it. But I don't know if she was having a bad day or what. But
it's just
I always remember that now when I go to a cruise port. I'm checking out how people are responding to, the
Yeah.
folks. So,
Yeah.
but I always remember that.
Yeah.
How about you, Charlotte? Hopefully not something that's such a downer.
Well, I remember the rats in New York. The rats were kind of like scurrying around. I'm like, this is unusual.
That was our first time, Paul. That was our first time. Now you gotta understand, we're going to Bermuda. These are things that we weren't anticipating. Back to Bermuda. So it was
As far as the funniest, I have to stick with Wayne taking all that stuff on his first cruise, thinking that he was gonna get sick, and he was fine.
You can't leave me alone.
He had a whole suitcase full of stuff. Now that to me was hilarious.
Were you on the ship trying to deal some legal drugs?
Look, I was anticipating needing all that stuff. I wasn't gonna sell it. I was gonna leave it for me. I wanted to make sure I was good to go. But Paul, I didn't use not a drop of any.
None of it.
Not a drop.
But there was a cruise, Paul, that I had shingles on.
Oh.
I had gotten the shingles, and I didn't realize. Matter of fact, we stopped by your house in Florida first, and I wasn't feeling well, and I thought, what is that about? Got on a cruise ship. I had full-blown shingles.
Of singles.
Going on a cruise. What's that commercial? Shingles doesn't care. Don't you remember that commercial?
I do.
And it did not care.
I do.
I had it.
Shingles doesn't care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We call that out. We call that our singles cruise.
Yeah.
And we still had a good time.
We did.
We had a good time.
Wayne, Charlotte, it has been great talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on the Joy of Cruising podcast. Even though we go out to what are we up to now? 151 countries. We talk to people all over the world. We could have come over your house and had this interview. But nevertheless, thank you. Even though you're just around the corner, thank you so much for coming on the Joy Cruising podcast and providing listeners with a trip report on NCL Luna. All the best to you in your future endeavors. And as I like to say, we'll see you on the ocean.
All right.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for having us.
All right, y'all. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
The Joy of Cruising and Cruising Interrupted, each $16.99 plus shipping, and new release, The Joy of Cruising Again for $18.99 can be ordered at the link on thejoyofcruisingpodcast.com. For each of the three books, use the discount code Joy of Cruising Podcast and get $4 off. The Joy of Cruising books are also available at Amazon. Order the ebook at Amazon or your favorite online retailer. Stay in touch by joining the Joy of Cruising Podcast Facebook group or following the Joy of Cruising Podcast on Instagram. We're constantly adding new shows. Please leave a review and tell a friend about us. We hope you enjoyed this brief escape to the ocean. See you next week.